So this has been a unique preseason. I think across the country, you'll hear that there's continuity because we played so recently. I think the retention rate on content, the retention rate of what we're doing, how we want to do it, our identity was at a pretty high level, and we were able to kind of move forward quickly and progress through our topics as preseason went on. Having said that, despite our record, I thought the last 2 or 3 games we played in the spring, or at least the last 2, there were some areas we really hit and did well on. We were mindful and intentional with some things on restarts and effort and the defensive side of the ball, and I was happy to see that the guys really retained those and have applied those right away. So in a way that's good, but also in a way, having played so recently, it makes it a little tricky now. We still have last year in the back of our minds at certain moments. There's still some skeletons. There's still some doubt. I think this is a bit of a tight group because they want it really bad. And I think at times on Friday night when Bowling Green scored 2 goals within 20 seconds, you kind of saw that tension or the past revisited a little bit. So with that, I'm pretty pleased with things. I think we're 88% at where we need to be. I think this weekend are 2 opportunities to obviously get results because the games matter, but we're still we're fine-tuning things. As I say, we have 12% left to conquer. I do think probably 8% of that is mental percentages, and those are tricky. And those are up to the guys, and they have to deal with the moments that come at them, and they have to play their way into confidence. They have to play their way through being up a goal and closing out a game, getting a second goal, maybe being scored on first, maybe being equalized. There's all sorts of things that come within the flow of a game that we can't really manipulate in a training environment that they're going to have to deal with. So as far as the preseason, that's kind of where we're at. I do think we played 3 really interesting games and competitive opponents. Wright State was really athletic and gritty, and I thought we had command of that and did really well. Went to Akron and dealt with a really pressing team and struggled in the first half and really put together a good second half. And despite being up against it, stayed in the game, allowed a goal and scored 40 seconds later, hit the post twice, and had a goal called back from offsides that after we watched the video was actually a goal. So to go to a place like that against a program like that, I thought was pretty positive, despite some bumps in the performance. And then last Friday night, probably the first time we got punched in the face, so to speak. But I think that has to happen in preseason. Bowling Green, NCAA tournament team last year, conference finalist the year before, veteran team, very well-programmed team, super competitive, super hardworking, and I think we're very competitive and hardworking. But the guys saw that there's another level to that, another page. So we've allowed 6 goals in preseason. I think 5 of them are off restarts, which is fixable. We've scored in every game. We've generated chances. Carson Henderlong has looked very good as far as putting his chances away. I think he and Felix and the rest of the crew at the front 3, we have some pieces, we have some options, we have some depth. I think our freshmen have acclimated well. And I think, aside from maybe 1 or 2 guys, not a lot of guys had a good year last year. I think a lot of people underperformed. I underperformed. I think the players, I think everybody probably wishes they could have done some things differently or, had some different attitudinal moments last year and performance moments. So with that, we've called it the South Pole. There's nowhere to go but up. I think from a situational standpoint, environment with COVID, I don't think it will feel like last year at all. With what we dealt with, the guys are adaptable. And we've managed 3 challenging opponents pretty well, and now we head into the weekend. So I guess the final thing, as far as the weekend and our schedule, what we do is we have a 17-game schedule, and we break it down into 5 3-game series. And then the Indiana game and the Georgetown game, what I call house money games, free games, nothing to lose games. So our first 3-game series awaits us, Eastern Illinois Friday, IUPUI Sunday, then Ohio State the following Friday. So with that, we're going to try to take care of the first half at Eastern Illinois and break the games into segments or chunks based on halves, break the schedule into segments, 3-game series. And if you really look at it, if you have 5 3-game series and it can go 2-1 or 3-0 in most of them, I think over time the math adds up and it's a pretty good season. And then those 2 free games are top 5 RPI games, nothing to lose. And we've fared well in those top 10 games, which they both will be historically here. So with that, we have some work to do. I don't think it's a make or break weekend. I don't think it's a huge weekend. Everybody thinks the start defines everything. I think the middle and the ending usually define things. But with that, I think we're seasoned. I think we're hardened. I think the guys have had a very good week of practice. I think we're putting a team together and reminding them of everything from turning their uniform in after the game, wearing the same socks to a pregame meal, bringing their water bottle out to training, the freshmen, doing their equipment duties after training, being on time. These things all add up as far as the process and winning the week, which will win the game. We've had a very good week, and we're looking to finish that today at training and excited for tomorrow night. Last thing I want to add is I want to thank our fans and our Extreme fans and our marketing department for what we saw last Friday. Tremendous crowd. I think our women's game on Sunday had a tremendous crowd. I think people are excited to watch soccer again. People are excited to be out. And I think we're off to a good start with that. And I want to thank particularly our Manresa, our freshman orientation group, and our freshman first-year students who are kind of putting their feet in the water from a social standpoint as far as what do you do on a Friday night in the fall, where do you go? And I think we showed pretty well at Junctures last Friday night. We were happy to see that. I think the guys were really invigorated by the crowd, and we hope to have that again this weekend and want to thank you, past, present, and future, for your support, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.